Dignity is so important. If you stay in Africa and you build in Africa, you will keep your dignity.
Yeah.
If you make a forced journey, you will have to give up of your dignity.
Okay, I'm giving an opportunity
Yeah.
now. Like to give like an advice, to other Africans that are living in African countries that aspire to actually come, that thing that their dream is actually like in Europe, they can make it here. So like what, if you can just give them a piece of advice, what will it be?
What would it be?
Yeah.
That's a tough one. You put me right there. But it's not. It's tough, but it's not tough. You know what I would say, and I'll say this on this. I'll say this to you, and I'll say this to every Africa. The African continent now and today, as we talk at this moment, as I'm talking to your eyes, still has the biggest opportunity than any place in the world. And I'll say that again. Africa now, as we're talking, has more opportunities than any place in the world. So that's where I'll start from. So that already makes you what I'm trying to say. What it means is that from any angle of business or industry or work you can think about, Africa has the biggest opportunity. And you know why that can be evident? Why do you think all the countries are still going to Africa, trying to go and invest and do what? So what it means is that shows you already. But now, there's an important element of wanting to see other things that looks probably good or looks other stuff, which is good. So what I'll tell a young entrepreneur that is in Africa, look closely around you and see the opportunities around you and find the opportunity and take ownership of the opportunity. And when you do it well, Europe will come naturally. It won't be in a forced way, because when I meet a lot of young African entrepreneurs, it's like they're forcing. Oh, I want to go. I want to be here. I want to go here. I want to go here. If you do the basics well, you'll be in and out of Europe like that. Because Africa naturally connects to everywhere, right? So whatever product you have or whatever service you have, but you're able to do it well and take ownership of it in any place in Africa, the world will come to you. The world will come to you. And I'm saying this like really, I really believe what I'm telling you. You know what I mean? With me as an entrepreneur, all my future businesses or things I want to go that I'm already in my plans to do are all in Africa. So that should already tell you, yes, I'm in Milan now, but I'm thinking about going to my next projects are in Africa, the next one's Africa. So that should already tell you that why am I moving in there? So you know what? So this is just for me, and this is what I'm saying. Why are people coming? Why people continue coming? So it's just that we have changed the lens. So if you just look closely, look back, look around you, where you are in your community, look around you. If your community or you guys have a shea butter, make shea butter become the multi-million business, and people from the world will come for that service. If your community is cocoa, start with that cocoa, and the whole world will come for that product you're going to create. And that cocoa will allow you, that your product that you're going to take and do it well. If you create the best shea butter that everybody wants to watch, that will let you go. You will be traveling the whole world. But if you force yourself and do this forced journeys, this forced stuff, you're going to end up cleaning the toilets in the other place and stay stuck there, like it happens to a lot of people. But like I keep saying, when I'm saying this, I don't like to be judgmental on anyone's journey. For the person that's gone through that, there's also a story. But I'm just saying, from my own experience, from my own analysis, dignity is so important. If you stay in Africa and you build in Africa, you will keep your dignity. If you make a forced journey, you will have to give up of your dignity. So that's something that I'll leave there. Yeah.
Exactly. Wow. I just want to take you back a little bit, because you mentioned that you were privileged to fly to Europe.
Yeah.
And then, so what other ways are there that Africans actually come to Europe? Like the normal, Africans, we find yourself here and then you totally on the opposite side.
Okay.
So what other ways are there, like Africans take for them to come to Europe, that don't get the opportunities like yours?
Like how they get here?
How they get here.
I think you probably, if you go on the internet, you just you're going to see the stories of people like drowning the boats, right? And we're in Italy, so this is probably a good opportunity to talk about this, right? So yeah, we're in Milan. And now when you're in Europe now, like in Italy, for example, the general conversation on the television or everything right now is, the political conversation is around this, right? Oh, the boats, the Africans are the boats. So in Italy, Africans, it doesn't care if you have $1 million, as a black person, you're seen as the guy that came through the boat. All the problems in Italy, they're always blaming on the Africans.
Wow.
Oh, our economy is not doing well. It's the Africans.
The Africans.
Oh, it's the guys that come from the boat. Our security is not doing good. It's the Africans. Africans are on blame for everything because of people that are coming through the boats. Because of the Africans that are coming through the boats. Wow. So I have met people that have lived the lived experience. And when I talk about this specific thing, the only thing I always say before I start into it. So all the life to all the brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, and family members who lost on the journey, we hope that your memories can continue in a way, and we hope that more lives won't continue to be lost in this specific way, because all those people that live on those journey have genuine aspirations and dreams, and it's unfortunate that has to happen. But now going into talking about lived experiences for my friends in my network. For example, some of them are football players, and they used to play football back home, and they decided to come on a journey. So on this journey, so it's sometimes so when I hear the stories, it's so difficult to even just receive it and then to now give it like this. But what I'll say is that the trauma that they experience on this journey will stay with them for their lives. It doesn't matter what they become. So if they come to Italy and become big business people in future, whatever they become in future, the experience on that journey will stay with them forever, and it's a traumatic experience. I have a friend that's told me about his experience, and in this journey that he is on, I'll just give you a specific moment of the journey, because that's one moment I tell. So when, at some point on the boat they were on, one of the African brothers on the boat had died on the boat. But now, there were two of them, including him, that found out that, because they were all clamped up in the boat. But now, they couldn't tell anybody, because they were afraid that the moment they told anybody on the boat, what was going to happen was that everyone was going to try to see and look at this person that was dead, and then that would have brought the weight of the boat to that side to make it capsize. So they had the whole journey with someone dead next to them without them telling anybody on the boat until they arrived.
Wow. That is like, so this is like what they, like the situations, like the things that they call and.
So he was telling me his story, his experience. So when I was now talking to him, so this is someone that's experienced that, has made it into Italy, now is living in Italy, and he's better off than probably a lot of other Italians because he's got his document, but he's still not good. Because those experiences are not experiences that we should be experiencing.
Exactly.
So when you decide to make those journeys, when you decide, you are the African person that decides to make those journeys, think through it.
It's true. It's true. And I think it's going to be so hard to tell an African brother or sister in Africa that, my brother, that is not the journey. Like, you shouldn't take that journey, because, like, is it really worth it for you to actually take that journey to risk your life going to Europe or going to Italy if you are better off where you are or something like that?
I feel that's the part of this conversation that a lot of times when we talk about, Africans, making, let's say, this kind of like decisions to get on a boat and risk their life, a lot of times we put a lot of responsibility on the individuals that are actually making the young person that does it and then dies, or the young person that makes the move is a stupid decision. But I feel that we can never take responsibility from the governments, from us, because this is the biggest part of all of this. We cannot be looking at just the young person that wants to aspire to come to Europe or wants to aspire without we looking at the responsibility that is on the leadership of all these countries. We're responsible. Anybody that dies on the boat, the government of that country is partly responsible. It's partly responsible, like the blood is on them as that. That's what I mean. So it's not something that is like an external thing to you. Okay, they're dying there. Oh, he's made a stupid decision. No, it's on you. The blood is on you. So this blood of all the young people that have died are on the politicians that are ruling the countries. Because because it's not just them just living, wanting to live. It's because of the conditions that are there for them. That's why we all need to take the responsibility, even me as an entrepreneur. That's why I'm saying this. We all need to take the responsibility, whatever way we can take, to work towards African countries and our societies. So we don't have to be having these conversations. I don't have to be coming here talking about this. I need to say other things. We need to work hard towards that, to have a responsibility You, the guy in the political office, you have a responsibility, and this responsibility is on you. The money you have access to that you're supposed to use to develop the community, if you don't use it wisely or don't use it well, use it to your own benefit, the person that dies, that blood is on you. So we have to get to the point where we have to realize the connection. And of course, the blood is not just on the African politicians, it's also on all the other partners that are partly to blame for making Africa be in this condition. So that blood is on all the people involved. So what I'm trying to make you understand is that this is the reality of it. So yes, the young person makes a stupid decision to go in and get drowned, and we still tell them not to go, because I still believe that there's still a lot of opportunities in Africa, you know what I mean, that's better off, because we know what happens in the long run, because we're here at the end of it, you know what I mean? So we see what's happening here. But I also feel that the responsibility, the major part of responsibility is on the leadership of the African continent. And we all need to step up, because when we say the leadership of the African continent, it's not just them. I'm also a leader. You're a leader. We're all part of it. So, you know, on all of us, we have the responsibility. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing through Kazi. So everyone is got to find a way to work towards this. So it's not like just blaming game. Oh, the young person, look at, oh, you made that stupid decision. Look at what's happened to you. He's died again. Oh, these guys are making foolish decisions. No, what are we doing? All of us are partly responsible, and we need to work towards that. And this is just to touch on that.
That's very true. That's very true. Because I see like this is like a big conversation here in Europe, like the migrants, Africans that are coming to Europe and to America. But this is actually not a conversation in Africa. Nobody's talking about, like in any of our African leaders, nobody's talking about the young people that are leaving the African continent going to Europe. That is not a conversation. Nobody even knows, not many people knows about it. So I see our African leaders are not really taking they're not taking the responsibility. They just don't care. I don't want to say that, but it's like, it's
responsibility. We need to take the responsibility. We need to take that. We need to take the responsibility to sort ourselves out.
That's very true.
And sorting ourselves out involves every young person, every young boy, every young girl. So all the young football players that want to become professional players, they don't need to go to Europe. They don't need to. You get what I'm trying to get at? They don't need to. If we set up the right clubs, these guys don't want to make millions of dollars. Most of them don't want to do that. They just want to have enough to take care of their families. So if the leagues in Ghana, the leagues in Nigeria, the leagues in Uganda, the leagues in Tanzania, from the Premier League, second level to the third level, is paying enough, that covers enough health insurance for the players, for them to be able to manage their health bill, take care of the family, you think they'll be thinking about going to cost anything? They wouldn't. So this is where we talk about responsibilities. As I'm talking, same to all the football federation, all the football federations in Africa. We have to take the responsibility to sort ourselves out, so that we don't have to have always our players trying to run away, go somewhere else. There's no need for that. So for Kazi, when we talk about Kazi, what we try to do in Kazi is, yes, the Indian player that plays in India, India should work for him or for her. You know what I mean? You should be able to go from, I'm a young player in my community, I play for my community team, I progress to the next Division 2 team, I go to Division 1. I'm proud of my country, I'm proud of my community, and I'm playing for this profession, for this club. Listen, when we watch all these Premier League clubs, La Liga, all these clubs that we watch, okay, I support Arsenal, support Chelsea, stuff like that. Do you know how it feels like when you're a young boy that started off from Chelsea? As a kid, you went through the academy, you're a local person to the community, and you go and you play for the club. Do you know how they feel? There's nothing greater than that, because they're going from something that's home. This is me, I felt that. This should be the same story for the African that is close to, let's say, Tamale United. He should start from the grassroots team and go and see Tamale United, his team at the top there, at the highest level. That should be his height of wanting to reach. You know what I mean? And that club has to be able to be in the level that can give him the life and his finance or the support. So this goes to all the clubs in Africa. We all need to step up. We need to step up. So it's not our children or your players or the people from your community are leaving you to go and have the highest height of their professional career somewhere else. They can have the highest height of the professional career in your country. We're seeing that with Saudi Arabia. We're seeing that. You just need to do the right thing. You just need to sort yourself out. We need to sort ourselves out. And the same way you have players moving from all over the world going to Saudi Arabia, we should have players from all over the world want to get signed in an African team.
Exactly.
That is what we should be, that's what we're working towards. We should have that. That is the whole thing of what we should be doing. So we have also players coming from other places wanting to come and play in a club that is in Uganda or that's in Zambia. Everybody wants to go and play there. It just takes we sorting ourselves out and doing the right thing and working hard towards it.
Exactly. That's very true. That's very true. Thank you so much, Kat. Thank you so much.
You're gonna go Kakazi. You're gonna use the Kakazi now.
Thank you so much, Nana.
Yeah.